I'm Haven. I do voices and edit shit and write shit. I don't care. There's other people here.
Yeah, I'm Ethan. She wants to EG. I also voice and edit and write and shit. I mean, I'm human. I guess we all do.
And hi, I'm Ava. It's a great question. What do I do? Hold on.
She voices and edits and writes shit.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But do I though?
Shut up. Yes. It's possible that we all do these things and we all work together on this
to create
channel
one thing.
To create this big amalgamation of abridging stuff. Yeah. We're gonna read your cues. We might answer them. We'll see.
We'll read your cues. Might give some A's.
Yeah, and if you want to contribute to these Q&As, you can join our Discord, and we might do another one of these down the line. And we've got a little Q&A section. So Ethan, would you like to do the wonderful whatever the heck it's called, honor? That's the word. The honor of reading our first question.
Get a big drum roll.
All right. Yeah, let's start this session of Q's and some A's. All right. Question number 1 comes from Sid Riku. Gotta love it. How many woodchucks should I eat before I can chuck wood better than them?
Well, thank you for this very relevant question. I think that it's a minimum of 5.
I'm gonna go with the number 8 because I like that number.
How tough do you think woodchuck meat is?
Ava?
How are we killing them? How are they dying? Are they being offered to me? I think this question is too vague for us to answer, to be frank. This question is from Scorch219. Voice actor or not, what do you want to get out of doing the Abridged series?
Good question. Honestly, very good question. I guess not a lot of people ask it.
They never ask why.
They always ask, what are you doing? They never ask, how are you doing?
Why do you do it?
I guess... Yeah, I guess for me it was mainly just... I mean, because the entire reason why I even started it, I didn't even at first consider continuing it. I just kind of wanted to do like a one and done thing at first. But then like, I did it because I like the characters in the source material, but I think that the plot that they deal with in the source material kind of did them dirty. So I was like,
You're talking about Snafu, yeah?
Yeah. The source material itself is definitely something that should be viewed separately, and I guess I just kind of want to give a different story from a different perspective at this point, and get experience with writing, voice acting, and editing. I mean, really, it's all just practice.
Yeah, practice. I'm just gonna go with practice, too. It's fun writing practice, it's a fun voice acting practice, it's fun editing practice. In reality, this shit doesn't... You don't really get paid to do a bridge series unless you're freelancing.
Honestly, just kind of do it for the connections and the moments, because, I mean, if anything else, I come out of this with some of the most fun calls with people that I've ever made.
God, it's fun!
It's so much fun, because you can just be a dork about it.
How about you, Ava? What do you want to get out of doing a bridge series?
Money. No, I see it as a... I see it as a creative outlet. I don't think I could do very well writing a novel or anything like that because I would just spend so much time planning and not actually writing because it's happened before in the past. That's not to say I will never try to write my own novel or biography or whatever. Whatever it might be, I don't know. But I don't think I would do that anytime soon. I think it's just fun. Yeah. That's pretty much what it boils down to.
The next question comes from Carmander, who has said, do you have any characters from other series that you would want to voice in the future? Personally, my answer's already done now. When this question was asked originally, it was going to be Mordred from Fate. But now that's happening twice.
And look at you.
Because we've got Adventures of Mordred happening, and I'm also going to be voicing Mordred in Blue Drachma's Abridged.
Ooh, look at that continuity.
So, I don't even know right now what other characters, because futures happened.
Would you say that Adventures of Mordred is canon to Danny's series?
No, it can't be because
No, it's not canon.
It unfortunately can't be because I'm using like the same scenes that I've already done voices for it.
Is it an alternate timeline? Let's say that same universe,
yeah,
a different timeline.
It's probably not.
Okay, then I will. Yes, it's totally canon. This is a different timeline.
Guys, it's not. I can't speak on Danny's behalf.
All right, Ethan.
I mean, after giving it some thought, I would fucking kill to be Edward Elric
I can see it.
in something. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really get a lot of roles in my higher range, and I think that that's one that I could at least do a good interpretation of. And plus, I love the short little shit. I mean, I relate to him. Long blonde hair, always being made fun of for being short.
Fucking short.
Thank you. I needed my daily reminder.
Ava?
That sounds actually kind of difficult because I don't watch like a lot of shows per se, unless it involves work.
Ava doesn't watch anime, guys.
Faker alert.
I don't. I really don't. I don't know. I've always had fun like just voicing monsters and like just doing growls and stuff. That's always been really fun. But that I guess like a character, I think I would do pretty good in like a Beastars thing. I don't know which character, but I think it would be cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, easy.
I think you'd have fun with that.
I would have a lot of fun. Okay. From Skeletor, the Spider King, that is not who he is. What is the ultimate flavor of Pringle?
Dill pickle. Fuck it.
I like chips with lots of cheese on them. I think it's very
Cheesy
tasty.
Pringles are good.
Yeah.
Pringles are just so good. They just
Mhm.
need to fix their stupid containers.
Yeah, you can't fit your hand down there.
I have a confession. I can actually fit my hand into a
I
can of
can fit
Pringles.
my hand in there too.
Yeah,
that
you
doesn't
can
mean
fit
that
your
it's
hand, but it's
comfortable.
like just because you can fit your
Just
hand.
because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something.
Listen,
Oh
it's
no,
like,
I'm not saying that it's a good thing.
It's like a trap.
Anyways, how do you guys select the music for you for your abridged series? How do you guys select the music you use for your abridged series?
Damn, that was a transition.
I was done with the Pringle conversation. This is from actually Satan. Look,
Someone's getting mad.
I get passionate about things. Well, how do you select the music for Snafu? Because we select music for our own shows. Because, like, Ethan's the head of Snafu, I'm the head of Steins, but that doesn't mean we don't work together on them. So, like, even though we do, like, edit each other's stuff and whatever and help write and whatnot, things like musical choices are mostly, like, for whoever is the head of the show. So for Ethan, how do you choose the music for Snafu?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You have helped me out a lot on this. Music choice, like background music choice, tends to be one of my weakest fields when it comes to production. In fact, like that can kind of be seen in my first production, being the One Piece one shot, and how really there's only music in specific instances, and yeah, where there are scenes, that don't necessarily need music to heighten the atmosphere. Yeah, I mean, there were a couple that I picked, like for instance, for anybody who caught it, but we actually have the Earthbound your name theme, or like the one where it's typing in the name of you and all your companions, and I liked that one, at least without all the fucking car ruckus that is in the original version of it, because it's for the most part, it's nice and whimsical. Right now, the plot of the show is, nice and whimsical. The problems are really only self-created, self-contained, and, the characters are still just kind of finding out themselves, and it's got a whimsical attitude to it, like high school kind of did. Like, yeah, it's hell for the people that are in it, but really for everybody else on the outside, it's like, oh, how cute.
Also,
they're adulting.
Shout out to Funbill Max, our good friend. They made 2 tracks for Snafu. We've got 2 original tracks happening in Snafu. About to be a third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in terms of Steins Gate, Steins Gate, I've mostly only used music from the Steins Gate OST. But as we're going forward, I've been getting bored of that. So I've been trying to find things from similar shows that have that same kind of sci-fi feel to it, which aren't like over the top, hey, we're gonna go crazy on this like sci-fi feel, but more of that like at home kind of rough sci-fi feel to it. But yeah, music tends to be like a last thing that I think about, unless it's an action scene, in which case, for working on the Adventures of Mordred, I took hours and hours trying to find the right song for a specific fight that I had been writing.
Yeah, amen on that one. I mean, that's the entire reason why I even got the music made to begin with, because yeah, I actually even forgot that I had gotten the music made in the first few episodes, because of the fact that I don't know, I spend too much time like thinking about the music, and then when I came up to it last, I'm like, this is the only thing that is barring me from actually publishing this project. Maybe I could pay someone to make it for me. Hey, Max!
I'm very excited for the next Snafu episode to come out and have the piece of music that I made for that one. Ha!
Make sure it hits y'all in the heartstrings, I promise.
Ava?
I find it interesting that you both kind of said that like music's the last thing that you decide upon. Usually that's the first thing I think about. I look at a scene and I go, okay, well, what tone am I trying to establish in this scene? And usually this is after like a script is written, and I just go, okay, what kind of tone am I going for here? If I'm going for a serious tone, I'll try to find something that fits that, or even just the absence of music also helps. I usually do it to, kind of pace myself and be like, okay, this works, this doesn't work. This part of dialogue can fit here, this can fit there. But in terms of where I find it, I usually stick with the soundtrack itself. However, with something like Attack on Titan, it's sort of difficult to do that because a lot of AOT's soundtracks that I would love to use are made in-house. So they are completely unavailable to the public, which means I have to scrounge around and find Sawano's other soundtracks and go, okay, I can use this. This is fine. This is fine. However, there are a lot of things such as projects that I can't talk about, projects that you both are keenly aware of, where sometimes the soundtrack just isn't good or can't really fit what we're going for. So then I'll fall back to something that I know very well. Like, God, what's an example? Nier is like probably the biggest example that I know of, but there's also stuff like Silent Hill and Shadow of the Colossus, but and as a minor thing, I usually try to avoid music with lyrics or any kind of vocalization whatsoever until I need it, because, hey, you want to know how to get your audience really interested in something? When they're watching something and the lyrics start to kick in. Cause then that's like a weird mental trigger that we have where we go, oh, it's time.
That's exactly why it was taking me so long to find the right song for that fight scene that I'm gonna have happening with the Adventures of Mordred, where I was like, thank you for that very loud noise, family. Where I was like, I need something where as soon as this starts, that we're in this like big stretch here.
Okay, we'll rapid fire these ones. All right. From Skeletor the Spider King with 5 questions. We have 1. Out of all the characters you voiced, which are your favorites? Ethan, go.
Daru and Nova from Lulico. That was a fun one. That was always a fun one.
Haven, go.
Yukino and Kurisu, easily. And Mordred, fuck it!
Ainz and Hachiman. Those are my favorites. 2, what is your favorite D&D class? Following on from what if you were a D&D character, what would your race and class be?
I favorite class is the pew pew one, the ranger.
The pew pew one. And what race would you be?
I would probably be the what's it called? I'll say an elf because that's the one I can remember.
Ethan, go.
Probably paladin for class. Then character race dwarf more than likely.
I would be a tiefling bard because I like bards. I think they're really fun, but also at the same time tieflings are hot. Yay. All right. 3. What are your opinions on the inevitable heat death of the universe? Cool.
It's gonna happen.
Woo!
4. What is your favorite line you've ever read from any project?
Oh goodness, easily something from Snafu. Easily. I don't know what it was specifically, but Snafu.
You don't know what line?
Look, I don't memorize my lines.
Yeah.
I get to have them on a script in front of me when I read them.
What are you, a voice actor?
What?
Ethan, go.
My favorite line so far is from something that's not even out. It's something that Haven has shown me, something that hopefully will be out soon. Out of things that are published, probably from your Attack on Titan, in all honesty. I actually thought it was really funny.
My favorite line that I've ever read, technically I read it, but it's not my character who says it. It's a dialogue exchange between two characters where they say, oh, this character's trying their best, and they look behind them and they say their best is shit, I need better.
Actually,
all right, 5. Where did you bury the bodies?
In the river.
My attic.
In Grandma's house. What are your individual thoughts on your desirable outcome for Oregairu? The light novels are finished. No spoilers, please, if any of you have read it. But as big as a Yui fan myself, seeing what happens to her as the series goes on is really bitter pill to swallow. Would you even want Hachi and Yukino to get together? Or perhaps do something original and have 8-man end up alone?
Well,
I don't know anything about Oregairu,
you can
so
feel
I'm
free and
just
even add in things
back
that
out.
you would like to happen. But I mean, like, I guess the short version to say is, well, the original source material is called My Teen Romantic Comedy, and for anybody who knows the original source material, there's oddly lacking romance and comedy, and it's mostly just drama. So I guess in a way it's going to hit harder in areas, but in both directions.
Who would do that? Write a story and lie to you?
This is exactly why you don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Or the title. Or even the fucking contents. Well, I mean, the table of contents. The contents definitely are worth judging.
No. I was about to say, what do you mean don't judge it by its content? What do you mean?
If the box is pretty, it's worth buying.
You can't judge it without content.
Having watched the first 2 seasons of Oregairu, all I want is something romantic to happen, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, there will definitely be romance, but the thing about it is, and I guess without saying too much, think of this club as a nice little triangle. It turns into the human centipede at the end, and everybody
Alright!
gets
We're
what they
done!
want.
That's it! That's enough of that! Alright!
I'm
Great!
into it.
Thanks, Ethan! Love you, man.
Get the bowl and the yogurt. Yeah.
This question is from the Twitters, from Tweed, and he asks, what's your favorite non-abridged and non-music YouTube channel?
Ooh.
What the fuck? Okay.
Okay,
that took me by surprise.
First
Not
off,
okay.
Paul, I miss you. Second off, I'd say Cosmonaut Variety Hour, personally. I think he does.
What are you, a bitch? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, what can I say? He got the good opinions. He honestly, he catches me up on movies that I don't often like get the chance to see myself, and then plus considering I'm a Marvel shill,
That's fair.
and he loves appeasing his audience, thankfully. I get to see, the opinions on that. I get to, see different contrasts of opinions, like what he saw that didn't work, maybe I mean, and he goes into it in a very comedic manner. I mean, he just seems like he seems like the kind of guy that I would have a beer with, and those usually tend to be the people that I watch on YouTube, are the people who I'm like, oh yeah, I would definitely hang out with this guy. That was a very long-winded explanation for that. I'm so sorry.
That's just your style, Ethan.
Haven, who do you watch that's not abridged or music?
I don't have time to watch YouTube. Here's the thing: if I watch anything, and and I think Tweed knows me very well, and that's why non-music is also in there. Because if I'm not watching anything abridged related, then I'm watching music related stuff.
Well, in that case, I guess you can say who is your, just bend the rules of the question a little bit. Who's your favorite music YouTuber to listen to? I think I know this one.
That's so hard. I'm probably going to say Orla Gartland.
Ooh.
And yeah, she's so fucking talented and great, and go listen to Freckle Season. And while I try and think of a real answer, because I did break the rules there, I'm gonna let Ava answer next.
All right.
So here's the fun thing. This is going to be very contradictory to what knowledge I have of a Bridge series and what goes on. I do watch a Bridge series, but not for the reason that you think. I watch them to go... I watch them under a critical eye, you could say. So whenever one does come out, I don't usually watch it immediately, and I don't really watch them at all unless somebody's like, hey, did you see that thing? And I go, no, give me a minute, and I will watch it and then come back, and they'll be like, what'd you think? And I'll go, oh, it was awful, it was fine, or I don't remember. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of abridged stuff. I don't watch a lot of anime. I listen to most things, mostly being podcasts. The one podcast I listen to by far the most is a video game podcast by the name of Castle Super Beast, where they just discuss all the weekly goings-ons with the videos, James, and all that stuff. They're very funny. I like them both. Wooly and Pat, they're very good. But yeah, I'm sort of in Haven's boat too, where if I'm not listening to that or like watching a video to talk about it with somebody, I just have stuff on in the background. It doesn't even have to be like music per se. It could just like, I have a movie on in the background and I've seen the movie so much that I just know what's happening and I don't even need to look at it. But hey, that's just me.
And that's where we're ending this. We have fun. Thank you for your question.
Thank you for your ears and your brains and your eyes and all those other good meaty bits. We enjoy them.
Have a wonderful night.